Embracing the Power of You. September 23, 2014. When you are completely able to fully embrace and cultivate your own personal power, you then begin creating what it takes to create long-lasting prosperity. What is personal power? Is it your ability to overpower another, to coerce others, or is it to overcome something deep and profound within you, perhaps a universal force, your drive, your heart? When you have truly developed the intrinsic power of your inner person, you become more in touch with your true self and with all that you are. This is often felt as a deep, inner knowing that all is okay just as things are, where you are in this current moment. You feel secure as you have faith and trust that all is going according to your life plan and purpose even if you don't know all the details. You are content just knowing that each day you are evolving, and when you evolve you are helping to bring change to the world. When you are in touch with your personal power and at peace with all that you are, you know what you want, what you need, and you make plans, take steps that are efficient and effective that will bring you to achieving them at your own pace. You understand that you are responsible for what is going on in your life and where you are heading. You are responsible for how you respond and how you react as you comprehend that by allowing your reactions to have power, your direction and purpose become derailed. Dear souls that have fully cultivated their personal power are not overly concerned with the past, nor do they fret over the future. They are focused in the here and now. What we often witness is those that are working positively from their personal power are able to influence others without much effort. They have the innate ability to empower others. They have no need to control. Every dear soul has their own unique personal power. Unfortunately, too few people make use of it as they fear its power. Why do so many dear souls fear using their personal power? They are worried they will come across as controlling, overly assertive, bossy, and maybe even condescending. Remember, dear ones, when you embrace your personal power, you are also accepting responsibility for your life, all of it. That means when you speak, you are aware of what you are thinking beforehand and carefully choose appropriate words matched with body language, tone of voice, and a kind of patience and sincerity that can be felt through the words you express. Your thoughts and feelings are not filled with animosity or discord. They are understanding and considerate. And if by chance a topic or conversation begins to upset you, you are able to overcome the emotions, rise above them and let them go, instead of allowing them to ruin the joy of interacting with others. There have been times that you have given away your personal power. How many times during interactions in the past were you aware of giving your personal power to another? How quick were you to determine after the fact that this exchange of power occurred? A great way to determine if you have given your personal power to others is to determine if you are the kind of person that follows the guidance or advice of others just to fit in, or because they told you to, but you didn't really want to or agree completely with what they were persuading you. Are you able to trust yourself to making good decisions, and if not, why? Are you worried about causing a disturbance among your peers by doing what you want, or speaking from your heart more often? When you make a decision, is it primarily based on the worry or concern that you might hurt someone, or they'll like you less? There are many other important questions that you can ask yourself that require honesty and truthfulness, dear ones. The answers may surprise you and be the motivation to create the changes needed to discover and embrace your own personal power. It can sometimes be difficult to engage with others that seem to have an aggressive way of being, but it is important, dear ones, to not permit others to belittle you or manipulate you into doing something that you know isn't right or doesn't resonate with your heart. You are grown and able to make your own decisions, and if you make a mistake, don't give up, learn from the mistake. See the mistake as a stepping stone to success. Don't allow the criticism of others to make you feel like a child. Believe in yourself, trust in the power of your heart, which is the power of you. In order to embrace and cultivate your own personal power, there are certain abilities and talents that need to be improved upon. You need to learn to say no and mean it. No is a very powerful word. Don't say no when deep down you mean yes, and vice versa. Say what you mean, but say what you mean with tact and grace. Figure out what your boundaries are in all areas of your life and determine where the line needs to be redrawn. Only move beyond your comfort zones because you are ready and want to, not because someone cleverly coerced you. Become more positive and assertive when it comes to sharing with others, divulging what your wants and needs are while remaining focused in the here and now. Become more proactive and instead of passive. Bask in the joy of discovering how much more your world is when you are seeing from your own eyes. We encourage you, if possible, to spend some time with a child or with children and watch them, explore with them. They have the natural capacity to see the world as being bright, beautiful, and full of change and adventure. We encourage this because a child is not wanting to change you or to see in a forced way. They share what they see that is simple and not overcome with complexities or egoic notions. They see just as things are, plain, simple, beautiful and exciting. Cultivating and sharing your personal power takes time. You first need to explore yourself, discover who you are and what you want to implement. You will not find a quick fix, or an overnight course. In order to embrace your personal power, you will need to commit to the changes needed to make for however long it takes, and as you make the necessary changes that are based on light and love, you will experience prosperity grow in more than one area of your life. As you determine how you have given your personal power away, make a list of all the different ways you have done this in the past, or are doing currently. Become more aware of your self-talk. Are you looking for someone to always rescue you from a challenging situation? Do you fill your mind with critical thought forms? Do you second-guess yourself often? Do you find yourself complaining of the life you have now and feel filled with woe, a heavy heart? If you are able to answer yes to these questions and are able to create your own similar questions that you are clear giveaways to you giving up your personal power, then you know, dear ones, there is work to do. We don't want you to give away your personal power. We encourage you to regain your personal power by believing more in your whole self and abilities. Whatever it is that you find weak in yourself, make better. Don't be afraid to become strong and assertive. You have the right, dear ones, to express yourself clearly and concisely, in a way that demonstrates tact and grace. Cultivating your personal power is not selfish and it's not a display of disrespect to anyone. It's more of a display of respect for yourself. Don't avoid your personal power out of fear of what others think. You are not responsible for their thoughts or ways. You are responsible for you, for your growth, for your development, for your ability to follow your life purpose and to become all that you can, knowing full well that each day is a new day to improve a little more, to bring another change, to grow a little bit more, and to be more your true self. You do have the ability to give yourself a life that is fulfilling and happy. It all begins with you. And so it is. I'm Ascended Master, El Morya through Julie Miller. SpiritualNetworks.com